All right. Let me get all my chats juggled. That's right. It's Mario Monday. That's why we're doing it. Definitely not because I have a temporary status condition regarding Mario. It's okay. This is how I survived the heat wave. I'm hearing it's starting to break on the East Coast, and that news fills me with joy. Because that means soon me also. Allegedly, it's going to be cooler tomorrow. But then back up again. then back up again. Yeah, temperatures from 95 to 102. That's cool, man. I'm still going to work out after recording the podcast. It'll just be a case of I'm not walking over to the gym until... Sorry, I didn't mean to... This wasn't supposed to be funny, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait until like, 7:30 or whatever to head over there at the earliest. I was like, it'll be a nice, refreshing 86. Okay, man. Yeah. Yo, thank you for the resub. Thank you, Fens, and thank you thyself, D-Mad. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta take some time tonight to figure out what games I can enter in Under the Counter. Did that all get linked? Nice. Okay. Because, yeah, I'll be streaming Gundam on Monday at 4. This is all Eastern. I might see if I could do either enter or do comms for Akatsuki Blitz Comp. I'm going to be streaming Marvel on Tuesday at 4. Okay, this might work out pretty good. And then commentary on Zerd Rev 2 with Ryudo. I'm so excited. I can't believe I got to do commentary with Zerd with Ryudo. It's hard to explain, but to me, doing commentary over Zerd with Ryudo is like, you don't get to sit down and do something with someone who you know is like the best at a thing often, right? Like it's one of those things that, like, as a knower, I know Ryudo is that. So like, even though it's just like, oh, you're hanging out with a friend of yours, it's like, yeah, but it's like a friend of mine, like doing the thing, so that should be a lot of fun. Let's see, what else am I helping out with? It seems like they might need a streamer for Battle Craze, so I might look into... Oh, that might be during That's Right, We're Gonna Cheat Time. It is, okay. Let's see. Friday, I think I'm also not on anything. Saturday, I'll be co-commentating Rivals of Ether workshop matches with Millie. That should be a lot of fun. Oh, and then I'm commentating Accent Corp Plus R on Sunday as well, and then also commentating Mystery Tournament, because of course I'm commentating Mystery Tournament. Like, come on, I gotta. It's my legal requirement. I have to do that. And yeah, that should be a ton of fun. All right, sick. Yeah, it's almost that time. Oh, wow. Is my computer time, like, really off again? Hold on. Did Windows do the funny trick it loves to do? Oh? It did. But also Mario went silent. One second. Why did the Mario stop? Well, that's actually a good chance for me to do the thing I have to do anyway, which is go into the save folder that Pidge created and go to the first save here. Yes, replace these, which is as close as I can get to the Hammer Brothers. Yeah, let's see. Hopefully that wasn't like me fixing my clock did that. Because yeah, Windows once again has made my computer clock drift ahead 2 minutes. So I thought I was like only a little early. Sorry everybody, I didn't realize how early I was. That's on me. How does a computer do that? So many mysteries. So many mysteries. All right, sick. Let me get bopped over here. And hello, everyone. Welcome in. It's a Monday. It's a Monday, and I have a little bit of time before I got to record a podcast. We've been doing so much of full run practice, and I've been practicing the really boring fiddly shit off stream. My ass was jumping on worms. My ass is jumping on sharks. My ass is riding mine carts repeatedly quickly. Things of this nature. Doing little tiny jumps where I have to like rub on a pixel correctly while holding the walk button to get the spacing right so I can skip a jump. Things of this nature. I've been practicing the very boring things. So let's today fight bosses. Most of the other saves are going to be a little bit closer. This one just happens to be pretty far out because it's the Hammer Brothers. And I'm not going to worry too much about this one. We'll probably only do these fellers like once. Damn. Examples of things I've been practicing. Oh, my external speakers are still on. There we go. All right. Time jump left. Ow. Time jump right. Donk. Untime jump left. That pops in. Then the other one does Valor up. And then I mash jump. And that fight is over. Great. That one was I assumed that was going to be it's a pretty easy fight. It's not a big deal. Okay. And next up would be Bandit Sway. Oh, I could there's one here that's just right before Croco. Perfect. Mario, come back in a second. The Mario is starting. Get ready. Yeah. Yeah, I have to lean over here to my generator and manually crank my Mario up. All right, so this is as close as you can get to Croco on an autosave, but that's fine. I probably should get some touch and Croco practice. Nice. Great position. Where are we running to? Okay. Great.
How did this number get so big?
Yo, look at the roots I've never pronounced. Look at the big 106. I think he was lying. Oh my god. Oh, that wasn't a good jump. The good news is I have found out if I... Never mind. If I miss one of the jumps early on, I can have Mallow attack not for the damage, but to get the combo multiplier higher faster. So that my damage scales a little bit better. Usually that does it, but we might need like an extra attack. Okay, he eated the weird mushroom, then we jump on him twice, and that should be the ball game. Okay, yeah, we need one more damage. Nice, perfect. Like I said, roughly adjust. I think if the first one had hit instead of the first one whiffing, probably would have been better. Yes. Where's this Lotus? Perfect. All right. Yeah, we'll just rip out like 3 of each, I think. See about where that puts us on time. I'd like to get more time for some of the later ones. Paco's like on one today. Okay, man. Yeah, sometimes if you just stand still, Croco will run twice. I am so bad at getting the first one today. Okay, yeah, since that hit, we should be good. It makes us hit the 5 chain a little earlier. And I think that's the one where the scaling's like really beneficial. Nice. All right, weird mushroom turn. Molto Benny. And then we plonk him on the head. Block. Plonk him on the head for lethal. Wow, another one damage. Damage rolls are so cool. I love damage rolls. I love RNG in damage. It makes life exciting. Yo, thank you for the resub. Good. We're just practicing the fun stuff today. We're just doing boss fights a few times each. Going straight from one to the next. Because a few of the boss fights, I think I have like most of it down, but just a handful of reps, I think will push me into being like very consistent at them. Yeah. Great. Yeah, do that more often, man. that was sick. Do that often, please. Wow. Do you think the little Yoshi hover is like a thing all dinosaurs do in the Mario universe? Let's gonna get the 1 damage now. But yeah, Mario goes good so far. I want to get practice on a few things to get the patterns and inputs just a little bit tighter. I think we're pretty close to hitting sub 3 hours. It's gonna take just a little more practice, a little bit of luck, and a day where I just execute really clean. Boink! Ouch! Yowza! That's what Krakow says. Okay, next fight. Next fight is, after Krakow, is Clay Morton. Soul Steel! Here comes Clay Morton. Here comes Clay Morton. Things no one's ever said in like a menacing way. Ooh, I got punched. Ooh, fuck. That's him. That's what he sounds like. All right, Mushroom Kingdom, baby. All right, I'm gonna make sure that the flower tab has already been used. Nice. Look, it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone. When you don't just like block everything 90% of the time, yeah, the game's way harder. Okay, jump, tapping twice to get to Clay Morton on optimal inputs. Bolt. Okay, he's stunned for a round. Another jump. Another bolt. Next turn is jump syrup. Oh! Because we need to make sure our beautiful Mario can jump every turn. Nice. One more bolt out of Mallow, and then we delay for a single turn to make sure his helper fellas spawn in, and then we use our final bolt. And then this bolt should be lethal. Bada bing. Oh, they make me watch the whole fucking bling blong cutscene of Mario getting Mario food. All right, I'm just gonna restart. Yeah, Clay Morton's a good name. Like, a lot of folks are picky about different things in the translation, but I think when someone's mad that the guy who was named Mac the Knife, a thing that was barely for children when I was a child, and I'm 31 now, so like definitely not for the children, to Clay Morton, which kicks ass because it's Morton, which is a distinctly Mario name in my mind, and Claymore, which is a sword. And yeah, honestly, you should always sell that guy's wallet. The reward is ass. Like, you know that guy starts his tip at 15% and then takes money off for everything he perceives as a mistake. That's bad. Don't do that twice, please. One more bolt. Don't flame wall again. Bastard. Well, this stinks. Yeah, because now I have to deal with this. Oh god, and I dropped combo at some point, so now the bolts aren't one-shotting him. This is all a mess. Right. We do have a second honey syrup for situations like this. Then one more jump should kill. Thank you. Use the little fireball. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Wow, sneeze. Oh boy. Oh, big sneeze. All right. Let's kill this guy properly. Let's do this right. Which I guess means have Clay Morton not do flame wall twice. That's the first time I've seen. Oh, I didn't walk in through their dialogue on buns. That is the first time I haven't seen. So that all gets skipped if you go up the side, by the way. I didn't know he could flame wall twice. So like, I presume it's not terribly likely. I missed the block. Ugh. That's on me. Okay, I should have chain again. I think 5's enough. It is. If I already had lethal. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I fucking hate when this guy does flame wall. I think he should flame less. That's okay though. This is why we practice. I need to be tight on defense on a lot of this stuff. A lot of the stuff that I struggle with blocking, like, isn't surprising to me, because it is things that you could not block in the original version of the game. There's both like some timing differences on attacks, and then single target spells. You can't block those in original. That's just not a thing you get to do. But you do in remake, which is cool, but it also means even more execution. Yeah, I simply don't have, you know, like 70 playthroughs of randomizer to lean on. Ugh, I have to learn a new thing. No, but I'm old dog. I'm old dog? Okay, block whatever. Wow, I am just fucking that up today. Yeah, dude, that's no good. I have to block those. I have to full block those. I've been so good at this that I just didn't realize how important it was, apparently, because I've been doing good at it. You ever have one of those things that you just do all the time, and then like one day you can't do it, and you're like, damn, that shit was important. I don't mind stuff being slightly adjusted. I'm pretty used to having to deal with minor adjustments on stuff. I play Soul Bad Guy in Guilty Gear Strive. I've had my routes changed once every couple of months, basically since I've played the game, which was when it came out, to be clear. Boing. Okay, let's do it good. That's the cool thing, though, is like, he's getting it out of his system, I think. Oh, I needed to use a honey syrup there. I was so distracted by the existence of Flame Wall. Okay. We should be back on track now. And then I cast one bolt. And then he summons guys in a little early. But that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Learning how to make up for mistakes is another, like, unironically, yeah, like, so the longest speed run I've ever really done before this one was like an hour long or whatever, right? Like Sonic 06, the no MSG any percent for Sonic route. Like a little over an hour. Now it's probably down to like 40 something minutes. It's wild. Yo, there's so many bots.
Sounds like we better unionize.
True. We should unionize. Oh, right. Yeah. 100% Pizza Tower actually was like a little bit longer. That, see, that one's weird because like I don't know. I guess this one's kind of also play the game good. But yeah, 3 hours is the longest I've done by a lot. So I definitely need to be able to like make up for small mistakes. The distance between me and a quote unquote perfect run is a very long one still, he says, missing his chain like a buffoon. All right, I dropped chain, which just means oh my God, I didn't use the honey syrup again. I'm getting mixed up on one mistake and making two. Is that any percent no MSG specifically? Because MSG is like ridiculously fast. If so, yeah, I'll have to check it out. Oh, right. I think they also started cutting loading times out from recorded times. So whatever it says, you have to add like 20 minutes to it. Because they cut out like all loads. I forgot about that change. That sounds confusing. Yeah, it's one of the problems with playing a game that was released on many consoles and also is now largely being played via emulator. And the emulator regrettably lacks accuracy to a pretty nasty degree. I was supposed to skip a turn on the bolts. Oh boy, okay. Okay. Ty Tuesday lock-in challenge. Get Clay Morton correctly twice, and then we move on. Yeah, I mean it was like a top 10 time, right? In when I did it, and that was a game that was like run by pretty good runners. Okay, Clay Morton good. Clay Morton good. Think with your whole brain. Clay Morton good. Jump. Press left twice to get to Clay Morton optimally. Then bolt. Oh my god! No, it's mission select glitch. In this case, it's a separate category because it cuts so much time off the run. Like, you essentially only play up until snowboard level. And then after snowboard level, you do a funny thing that makes the credits load. Perfect. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's one of those where like everybody immediately was like, oh yeah, that just needs to be its own category because it removes like 3/4 of the game. This is one of the things that I wish was more common knowledge among non-speedrun folks, is you get this really common like, why would you want to just skip the whole game? Like, oh, speedrunning Pokemon, all they do is get a single Rattata and make the game vomit the credits out. And I just want to grab them by the shoulders and be like, categories exist. That categories exist. Most people run multiple categories of a game they like if one of the categories is really fucking short. Yeah, they like the game too, so they make categories where they have to do everything in the game. You know? That's right, they hate the game. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that Author Blues hates Super Mario World. And Tina Hex hates Final Fantasy VI. God bless America! Why can I not hit these?
Super Mario RPG.
Oh, that's right, I do. Well, time to block all this crap, because I'm a scrub. Yup, and now I get to pray this kills, which brings him back down. You shoot the fireball at Mario. And now we're a little short on damage, so we have to use our second honey syrup. And then Mario jump again. No, we lose. Man, you miss one block in this shit, and it's like crazy. It's crazy. Wowzers. The thing that I think is fun about this is that, like, I'm gaining an appreciation for this game that I didn't have before, where I'm having a day where I don't feel particularly sick with it, and I'm realizing how, on average, I'm quite sick with it. Huh. There's a lot of places to fuck this up that I didn't realize until today. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where it's just a couple turns back and forth, but, like, Clay Morton gets to attack, and if you don't block him, you're in trouble. Okay, getting the opening jump better. Okay, it's stunned for a turn. Jump. Hold. Block. Jump. They're up. Very good. Bingo. Block. Perfect. Jump. Bolt. Can't block. We can take one. Block this turn. Okay, that's what that should look like every time. Oh yeah, Frozen started playing through the game again recently and is goofing about their own playthrough, I believe. Which, yeah, dog, recovering versus spread moves. Tell me more about Pokemon doubles, you know? Okay, you know what? Since I already opened the game, I'm gonna test something real quick. Which is, if I put the save file in now before I hit the autosave button, will it know? Oh, fuck yeah. I can just do it while I'm on the title screen. Even better. Damn. It turns out, Pidge, even more goated than I realized. Yeah, it's funny too what blind spots you can develop from like playing different versions of a game too much. Like, I completely forgot anyone can wear the super suit, not just Mario. And when I was going through the guide on a full run, I was like, hey, it says Mallow's supposed to equip the super suit. Is that correct? And then I was like, oh, right. Yeah, he can. Normally, it's just the attack scarf is locked. I'm dumb. Yippee! And then he turns Mario into a scarecrow. Okay, nice. My Belome is much better than my Mac, it turns out. And I'm just a little short on damage, which gives me one last bolt for the road, and that should do it. Yes. That indeed does do it. Oh, this goes straight into Midas River. You know, I think that's one really smart thing this game did. And thank you for the resub, Bograt. Thank you for the 104. One thing this game does that I think is really smart, that I kind of didn't realize until I did, speed runs, is usually when you do a big fun minigame segment, there's a boss right before it and a save point right after it. They very intentionally tried to like create a situation to de-incentivize you from trying to do the mini games over and over again until you get a perfect score on them, which is a thing that many RPG players I find struggle with. So that in and of itself, really good design, I think. Okay. Okay. The dog has done the sauce. Okay, we use a cleansing juice on Mallow here. Yum! And then we bolt. And then, if Scarecrow succeeds, we now have a pretty good path forward. It's jump, syrup, and then Goof Troop gets eaten, and then we just jump him to death. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Peach in the super suit is most folks like either super suit or lazy shell is usually what you get. You get Peach in the lazy shell because the lazy shell doesn't require you to do 100 super jumps, and thus is something like everyone has access to. Yeah, there's like mushrooms. So, I mean, I don't hate that for some reason, like magic recovery is like just raw sugar. Just like drinking a thing of maple syrup like it's fucking Super Troopers. And just getting more and more hyped up as you throw Hadoukens or whatever. As Mario leans forward and starts chucking plasma. Blood sugar is magic. Wobbly, you've given me a great idea for an isekai about diabetes education. Please turn him into... Nice, okay. So it's way better, for the record, for that to happen, because otherwise... Mario's just asleep, and you wait for Balome to wake him up in some way, shape, or form. Ah! Oh, okay. If Scarecrow... Okay, so that was if Scarecrow misses. So long, Soakies! Don't soak me. Weird Dog Man soaked me off? Hi. It's Mario time. Hello! My name's Mallow. Welcome to my game. Yeah, he's gonna dunk me in the dog water. True. I think we can do one run of the fun mini game. Yo, you're the reason I'm shooting gems. So we just hold down here on the D-pad while we mash, and it immediately gives us no. All right, I'm gonna try and be optimal here. 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, perfect. Let me remind myself what the optimal route is on this. If you follow the barrel section perfectly, stay left for the first set, bonk the barrel to end up right on the second set onwards. Let me watch this real quick. Okay, perfect. Okay, Mario go down the river. He do the first one. No jump, just bonk. Okay, what messed me up is they're talking about left and right from the screen perspective and not from Mario's perspective. Wobbly, I'm always talking about wanting that big ass backpack that's just like basically carrying like a cabinet of drawers on your back. All I have to do is not get my butt touched by the butt touching fish. My nemesis. God damn it. Well, I can practice the second butt touch fish. Yeah, I only see from the perspective of the small perfect plumber. There we go. Just very late. That's another thing that doesn't exist in original, for the record. Yippee! I got my butt touched and lost 5 coins. Otherwise, that was optimal. That would have been 60 while staying on the left the whole time, which is about as, I think that's as fast as you get, because you get the frog coin for 60 and it legit saves you a text box if you have exactly 60. 1 text box. 1, baby. Big 1. Okay, let's get our next boss fight queued up here. Next up is a Bowyer. A Bowyer. Pretty big gap before the next boss fight. They have to teach you who Gino is. I'm so glad this game doesn't give a shit about the fact that I'm like loading an autosave that clearly just got injected. I mean, Wobbly, this is a thing that I also see a lot of missed opportunities for at MagFest, which is the actual vendors cosplaying as vendors from video games. I would be doing that shit. If I was running a booth there, you bet your ass I'd be Beetle mode. Oh, nice. Are you going for super jumps? Nice. Yeah. Once you get past 50, it's just a matter of like getting your percentage of mistakes like halved and then halved one more time, and then you're in there. Yeah, like if someone was dressed as the Happy Mask salesman at MagFest selling masks, like I think they would kill it. Okay, so first thing we have to do is Todd. Oh, I have to click into the correct window. Nice, got it one. Perfect. So that's using a pause buffer. If you do it on console, you just do the exact same thing, but using the home button. And then we just block. We just let Gino handle this with his gun. Bang. Block. Block. Hadouken! Gun. Yeah, one thing I really love about this speedrun too is you're not just optimizing your, like, you know, attacks per turn, right? Because like before I speedran this game, I was thinking like, oh yeah, you just have everyone attack every turn, duh. But like, no, absolutely not. You don't. Some people's attacks don't contribute enough for how long the animation is, so it's just not worth doing, and it's better to just have them block. Perfect fight. Okay, and then Gino yaps for a bit, and we touch a star. I practiced this one a good deal off stream, so I'll say let's do this one more time, and especially if we hit it perfect twice, we can move on. No, it auto-saved after I killed him. All right, fine. We'll just move on now. That's fine. That was a perfect fight first try. I'm not too stressed about that. Let's go to... Croco 2 is another one that I don't think I feel the need to practice too many times because the pattern's pretty straightforward. It's one of those fights where even if things go a little sideways, the pattern just doesn't change. You just always do attack, jump, attack over and over again. Oh. Oh, I missed. The big thing I want to get here is the weapon Gino uses here. I don't have a lot of practice with, and I won't, and I will continue. Okay, takes our items. What is that pattern manipulate? What pattern do you mean? If you mean attack, jump, attack, it's just like due to the way our gear is set up. Oh, it's just a case of like we just update all of our party's gear. So it's just we have very efficient damage. Moleville, we both, we both give our characters new like weapons. But more importantly, we also give them the fucking pants. Yeah, I can show you the pants after this, because the pants are really what kick it into overdrive for attacking is worth it. For both this and the next boss, pretty explicitly. It's the pants. The pants are so good that when we get a chance to buy them, we buy 4 sets. So most armor only gives you like attack or defense, right? So with our big upgraded punch, we go from 32 to 62, so like pretty good. And then the pants just give us another 10. They also give us some speed. They give us pretty good attack and defense and a little bit more magic. The work pants are just crazy. The other really important note about the work pants is your weapons like strength is scaled to your character's stats. So when you get Bowser, he's a fucking stat stick. He's just like huge numbers across the board, huge attack, huge defense, huge HP. So in exchange, his weapons and armor give him like barely any stats. Like his best armor in the game gives him like a big like 25 defense, which is barely more than the pants is what I'm getting at. It's barely more than the pants, and the pants also give him a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, the pants are crazy. The pants are so good. So the combination of both the pants and the new weapons means attacking is really good here. One of the reasons we jump with Mario, which is really the more interesting piece of information, is jump, as in the special ability jump, explicitly jump, not super jump, not ultra jump, jump, this one, only this one. Every time you use it, a hidden number in the back ratchets up by 1. And it increases the power of jumping generically. So there's times where jumping and attacking normally are about the same, and we use jump so that later in the game, jump will be more powerful. Mario needs to learn to jump better good over the course of this RPG. And yeah, in general, most spells in this game are pretty slow as far as animations go. Jump and Bolt being like the really big outliers on just being very, very fast to cast. So having like an elemental option, because I guess that's the other good thing to know, is that jump is an element. Jump is an element in this game. It's like fire, ice, wind. I think earth is just non-elemental, and jump. No, it's just the ability jump. It is literally just jump. Jump has a bespoke thing that only jump has that tracks the number of times you've successfully jumped on someone over the course of the entire video game. Yeah, it's like, again, one of those things that a normal player is almost assuredly never going to notice in their entire life. Like, truly deeply, who is this for? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Stash was like luck plus. It was luck that like also influenced bartering. So prices of items were raised or lowered by like massive amounts. Like essentially you could sell things for double price and buy them for half. There was also an item you could get by collecting enough beans that was called Lustrous Stash, and it doubled your stash stat. But you had to get all the beans! Boink. Okay, this probably ends it. Yeah. All right, nice. Yeah, pretty clean. Croco's not too bad. Croco's mostly a case of just make sure you block his stuff. Pray you don't miss a bunch. Because he loves to make you miss and feel stupid. Dude, the mushroom badge is so funny. Like, everyone asks me how you deal with like Land's End or whatever when they're playing that game. Or Joke's End, sorry. Everyone gets hit by Joke's End at some point. And the answer that I always have to give them is just like, have you used the mush badge yet? And they're like, what? I'm like, it scales based on how many mushrooms you have. No limit. No reservations. That wasn't great. I missed the box. I can't believe that fucking guy. Nice! Congrats on your first hundo. Alright, we'll go to title and I will load up the proper save, which I think is literally exactly where we were, with like the same stats and everything. So this is probably a bit unnecessary. And yeah, congrats. That shit's hard. It requires you to lock in for a real long time. Okay, and this is another great case of what we're going to be doing is attack, 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 attack. Super attack! Bang! How about we go to level 2? Fucker! Alright. We attack, we cleansing juice Yino. Oh, I'm blocking that too late. I actually don't know. Could Punchinello only sandstorm once in original, or is that like another nicety they've given us? Uh-oh. I wonder if I'm blocking that too early or too late. Probably too late. Oh boy. Dang, yeah, I can't find the perfect block timing for that. The good news is Punchinello is just like not too bad in general. Oh, you know what? If they auto-saved me immediately after killing Bowyer, they probably do that for Punchinello as well. Hardest part was learning when to blink. Yeah, like, it's one of those things where part of the reason I put eye drops in before that segment is even when I'm trying not to, I'll keep my eyes open for an unhealthy length of time. Like, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to do it on purpose. It simply will happen at some point, you know? Yo, thank you. Thank you on YouTube for congratulations on the attempts. Yeah, I want to get sub 3, and then I'll probably start giving a shit about putting a timer on screen. But I'm also in the whole the camp of real communist freaks who think shit like You can just speedrun a game because you like to, and you don't even have to record how long it took if you don't want. You can just watch Citizen Kane because you like the film Citizen Kane. Oh, nice. It just missed. That's sick. Yeah. I think the first person who told me about this bold concept of I just speedrun games because I like playing them that way was Boix, known gaming genius. Dang, I tried blocking earlier. That didn't seem to work either. Maybe it's like a weird halfway point into the attack. I don't think I had enough AoE. Oh, I did. Nice. Yeah, that went really well. Honestly, that's just one of those cases of like Sandstorm missed 2 guys. That's good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Jaka, just turning on Citizen Kane at 4x speed, recording myself watching it, and submitting it to speedruns.com. Here's my 80% run of Citizen Kane. Honestly, I have seen a GIF that had like all of Morbius in it for in like, you know, 10 seconds. Oh, Mallow was supposed to use Star Riders if it's available. I'm usually not good enough at all the timed attacks to have it on time. I'm usually a turn late. Okay, this shouldn't matter too much then. If he spends his turn here summoning up. Nice, yeah, that's fine. Fuck! It's so late? Wait, how do you do B movie in Archipelago? It's so late. That's insane. Okay. No wonder I wasn't hitting it. Holy shit. Every time B is said, a check is sent out. Okay. Progressive minutes you need to find to get through it. There's also rewind traps. What? I already heard MS Paint being like a strangely good speed run for Archipelago, at least being like a good rando game. Yeah, no, I live for this. Like, here's the thing, right? What was the B movie doing for anyone otherwise? Like, I don't know, as a guy who made a big Let's Play of Super Godzilla, a game that I think is like factually, actually, irredeemably not a video game. Sometimes I think turning trash into treasure can be beautiful, you know? I'm a bee. So the paint one is really interesting because like the idea, if I remember correctly, is you need to get your drawing to be close enough to like the hidden goal drawing, something along those lines. And you unlock and like get different tools on your canvas. Like you get actively different things to work with in MS Paint. Apparently it's really cool. Yeehaw! That's what Mario would say. Not too bad. Going under. Oh boy. Okay. Made up for it a little bit. All right, time to do good. Whoop. Nice. Yeah, that's, again, this is why I like the remake so much. They clearly got people who play it a lot, have, like, looked into the speedrun stuff, like, know about different little elements and skips and whatnot. All right, 148's pretty good. 148's pretty darn good. It's not what we're here to practice today, but, you know, I figured we'd give it the one time. This minigame looks really neat when you're not stopping every 5 seconds. Yeah, running it perfect looks really good. It's also really hard. The big thing for me is you have to brake well before the super sharp turns. Either the really tight like left rights or the like hairpins. You have to hold it a bit before you expect. The jump that's a skip, you just do it so much later than you expect. You're able to do it when you're like part way on the curb. Great. I love it. All right, this next one's gonna be a dang double pack. Oh, I should back out first and load it up correctly, which is booster. Booster. Oh, that's Mario. That's the Mario of Gold Splits. He inspires me to go faster. He reminds me what I do it for. So it's something that happened originally when I would have games that would occasionally like go to full black screens with no sound, where I would just have a little Cherno dancing in the corner or whatever. And then a golden Ryu and now a golden Mario. It's largely because when I'm doing the full run, this emulator doesn't run videos properly. So to make it so they time up correctly, I just turn off the video rendering. So there's just a black screen for a really long time. And this way, when those happen, people can at least see, oh, my video feed isn't frozen. There's a little twerking guy in the corner, so the video's still running. Yeah, exactly. The Cherno of no, the game's not frozen. It's just like that right now. Oh, I'm so fucking bad at hiding. Oh, I'm so bad at hiding. They fucking caught me again. Oh, shit. Okay, well, they won't find me a third time. No, the remake added super boss versions of a bunch of stuff. And yeah, one of them was booster. I summon the power of the glacial blade. I blocked too early. Okay, it still gave me partial. Oh, that was supposed to be Mallow attacking. I'm stupid. Yeah, that makes sense. They seem to distribute FP pretty thoughtfully in this. Okay, so the big thing here is we need to use both of our flower boxes. And we didn't freebie the rock candy, so we get to do the hard clowns. Clown. Scare a clown in this behemoth typhoon. I love spinning stick on hitbox. Okay, fireball knife guy. Oh, I was early. Swap to Gino. Okay, no misses or adverse effects. I think the idea is I'm like just supposed to hit enough perfects that it kills knife guy. Why can they do that? Okay, yeah. So I think that solves that question of I'm supposed to be killing the other brother just with splash damage. I was wondering, I was like, man, this seems so strangely difficult. We'll do another booster, and then we'll probably use a save file to go straight to the clowns. Just so we don't have to fail the minigame another 45 times. And yeah, how's everyone's Monday going? I hope it's cooler where you are than where I am. It is currently a smooth 98 degrees outside. So yeah, Dusty Tome, the thing to remember too is that it's not just that it's faster to do this. It might be about the same total speed, but you get experience from this, I believe. So my AC isn't like out, it's just a case of if I use it even a little too hard, it'll freeze up and instantly blow itself up. And that is still the case, yes. So like it's not normally a big deal, but like I don't want to run it too hard, which means during periods like the last few weeks, I just keep it at 80. And unfortunately, my office is the part of the home that is the farthest from the AC. Yeah, experience. Yeah, the experience is a big deal. Especially because boss fight experience is usually like pretty efficient, right? Like fight time versus what you get. And then a jump, and that's a perfect fight. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, nice. That is the speed run route. Oh, I hit them too close together. It's a boss fight. There are clowns around. One sec. I apparently need to figure out. Okay. I was going too fast and screwing up. Oh no, the clown isn't scared anymore. This is a real nuisance. And yeah, this is what I mean as far as like, I need practice blocking the single target spells. Like you couldn't block Echo Finder before. Yeah, these clowns just hang. So what these clowns are is, so you know how in Castlevania, Dracula like has the big castle, right? And in his big castle, there's like a lot of other guys that are just kind of there, like different monsters and beasties or whatever. So like that, but like that, but instead of Death being a guy who just like hangs out and has his back in case anything goes wrong, which is what Death does in Castlevania, Booster has clowns. He has 2 clowns. Yeah, Dracula is a train guy in this theoretical world. Okay, I think we have the rock candy in this one, because sometimes you freebie it, sometimes you don't. And what you do does change. Great Guy has a casino, yeah. The knife clown will hang out and juggle for you. All right, and now let's beautiful attack, swap to Geno and attack, and then the game is over. That's good because one of the terrorizes missed. Clown defeated. All right. I need to figure out how to get Fireball correctly. I think I'm just pressing it like too close together in some windows and then too far apart in others. Maybe I just need to one finger mash that. Maybe I just need to be a responsible little guy and not do my funny pressing the same button with 4 different fingers. Also, apologies for that cough. All right, move 1 is always frighten a clown. Okay, both clowns successfully frightened. Okay, yep. So swap to Gino and attack Great Guy. Is the rest of it just Mario not disabled, Fireball, Knife Guy? Okay. But Mario is disabled. Ah, so cleansing juice. Okay, weird. So it's only if there's no misses or adverse effects. I wonder if the guy is missing a fireball there. Okay, yeah, the guide must just be missing a fireball on the no misses or adverse effects. Yeah, because I don't see a reason I wouldn't do a second fireball. And it says, like, if Mario's muted, I should cleansing juice him, which leads me to believe if he doesn't have adverse effects, he should probably fireball. Yo, thank you, Kizak, for the resub. Wow, yeah, if I like full mash, it does not like that. Okay, I'm gonna test this theory of I should do terrorize fireball, Gino attack, fireball. Assuming everything's good. Juggling knives seems scary. Yeah, this clown's fucked up and evil. The other one has a spring inside of him. I think it would kill me if I had that big a spring in me. Isn't that what happens in Five Nights at Freddy's? They like jam you in a suit and it fills you with springs. Isn't that? Because that clown just has a normal midsection. Is he nude? Wait, hold on. Is he nude? Bowser here. Okay. Bowser is slept, attack, swap to... Okay, got it. Oh, that was supposed to be attack, Great Guy. Okay, yeah, and then fireball is noted. Okay, I think that one route just forgets to put the fireball in. Yeah, because then the rest of this being just attack makes total sense. Wow, that is a bizarrely late timed attack window. It's like after he fires the last bullet. I didn't block that early enough. You can see why we want to kill this clown optimally. This clown presents such a nuisance if you let him live. Knife guy heard about reverse bunny suits but didn't understand it. I don't know what that is, and I'm not gonna look it up. You can't trick me. I can see a lemon party coming from a mile away, buddy. All right, let's do one more run of no rock candy, and then do a run with yes rock candy. First things first, scare these clowns. Oh! Swap to Gino. Back you. Doing? That's my thing. Is this guy fucking stupid? Okay, and then if this is fireball and this kills, everything makes sense. Okay, yeah, I understand everything now. That it's a small documentation error. Good to know. Yeah, holy shit. Okay. That was so much faster. That was so clean. All right, I understand the idea now. I comprehend what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, they just forgot to write down fireball in the notes. All right, one more clown fight with rock candy, and then we will move on to the next boss, which is the fucking cake. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is an SNES 9X. This is loading autosaves for a speed run. This is Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Speed running. Fireball this guy. Oh, I missed. Elden Scrolls. Yeah, that... I do be saying shit like Elden Scrolls. The heat dome makes fools of us all, Sedmel. Doing? Okay, I'm gonna try and time it with the second to last bullet out of Gino's gun. Woo! He found my echo. Honestly, the rock candy version of the fight is just notably easier, so I'm not gonna worry about it. It's just terrorize, fireball, rock candy, and then attack, Gino attack, and then you like win immediately. Do you want some help? Bing bong. No. Okay, sorry for asking. You should be. Doing? Oh, I didn't get the double. Oh, nice. I jumped early. Perfect. Another thing I love about the remake, by the way, the fact that they added a little extra smoke to Booster Hill. There's different barrels now. But yeah, speaking about little mini games that they put directly after, in this case for a lot of players, 2 boss fights. And Booster Hill is a game that asking someone to perfect Booster Hill is like a lot. Which is why it's not expected in the speedrun. Oh my god! I was getting spawn camped. Free one? No. Yeah, like that's good. I literally have to talk to a guy. I get like 2 extra text boxes for that. That's so fine. I was on track to hit a cool 13, but those sniffets wanted my dick, you know, and they got it. they got it. They want it. They got it. All theirs. Okay, it's time for cake. Cake. I think Elden Ring was just made because Souls games have taken off in such a tremendous way. I don't think it was trying to compete with fuck or shit. I think it just was like, hey guys, you've made us more money than God. how about we like give you some more money? And they're like, can we call George R.R. Martin? And they're like, fucking of course you can. And they made one of the most like successful games in the modern era, to the point that they made too much fucking game, the buffoons, so they had to repurpose some of it, and that accidentally just became one of my favorite games of last year. God, Elden Ring Night Rain is so fun. Also, yeah, to compete with the Elder Scrolls 6, Elder Scrolls 6 would need to be real. It would need to exist. Oh yeah, it's competing with Star Citizen. Yeah, that's pretty much 100% accurate. Yeah, it's like one of those things where you can tell they were just like, hey, you seem to be making more money than everybody else. you wanna have a big chance? Star Citizen sins are much greater than, you know, having released a tech demo, you must understand. Star Citizen did crazy things. The fact that they have not been investigated for fraud is awesome. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was the depth system just really didn't do it for me at all. Okay, that should put us to cutscene. Yeah, it like just very quickly ramped from like a good time to, oh, this just kind of sucks. Like, oh, it's me getting really frustrated at my friends because they got clipped by a one-hit kill that I can't be that mad about because I've also been hit by it. Okay. That's crazy, bro. Mallow's dead. We swapped Mallow out. Dog, I hate this fucking cake. I want it on the record, we ran this fight perfectly, didn't miss a guard in a meaningful fashion or anything. The cake just wanted us dead. And regrettably, if the cake just wants you dead, you're just dead. Opening with Sandstorm Blizzard is just kind of like, yowza! You got it! No, I don't think the problem with Night Rain was like esports infinite scaling mode. No, it's not that. It's they wanted to find a way to add a lot more playtime and content without adding that much more actual content. And the way that they added additional stuff was not terribly interesting. This has nothing to do with competition or sweats or whatever, so get off it. Anytime someone complains about sweats ruining their game, get off it. If players playing optimally are incentivized to do a thing you don't like, and they do it because it wins and they're incentivized to do it, that's not a problem with the players. The sooner you accept this, the faster you can realize what games you do and don't like. The only time I will accept complaining about casuals is when you are explicitly trying to do the hardest thing in a game that requires teamwork, and someone shows up and just fucks around. There's one of my friends who's like a hardcore like Final Fantasy raider who like, you know, goes for like real early strong clears and whatnot. And hearing him get pissed off when people show up late and then fuck around and don't know the mechanics yet and all that stuff, I'm like, man, I get it. I absolutely get it. The question of, is it rude to be bad at X game? A lot of times with teamwork games, the answer can be yes, absolutely. Yeah, also esports requires there to be competition, and there wasn't really for Night Rain Death stuff. Yeah, sweats ruin gaming for me because the sweat gets in my eyes and I drop my combo, and it's the sweat's fault. All right, time to block this cake. Doink. Those supposed to be Star Riders. I might be able to get back on track. Does this mess up the timing of the... I guess it's... Oh, right, because it gives you a different special if Bowser's on the field. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, that would explain it. That's what I'm saying, Indigo Blooper. Yeah, I'll be real. Most of the time when people complain about sweats, what I hear is, I want the rewards of being good at the thing and be able to compete with people who are good at the thing, but I don't want to put in the time to be good at the thing. Many such cases. Time to block this cake. Me when I get followed by a porn bot. Yeah, 100%. Nice try, buddy. Okay, the concern here is that if Mario doesn't go first and Red Essence himself, we might be turbo dead to the cake. Oh, okay. It resynchronized. I think we could do this. And a freebie. Truly God smiles upon this run. And the cake just decided to bite the delicious invincible Mario twice. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. This is what I mean by sometimes the cake is like chill. Holy shit! The cake has taken pity upon us this day. Very good, sir. Yeah, this is more what I was expecting, was like 12 of these. Oh, I don't get another action after that. Okay. It's so cool how you're never safe when the cake's out here. It's funny, they call him Bunt because I think of him more as a... Alright, let's do one more run through this. Also, hey, here's a little... do we still use the term peek behind the kimono? Do we think that's weird? Is that still how we say that in industry? I have practiced the cake fight a little bit off stream, but it turns out sometimes the cake is just going ham. Oh, yeah. Sweats is a pejorative for people who try too hard at things. Which for me makes sense because especially now, all the people who have crutched their entire life onto, you know, AI, they're really gonna start feeling bad about how much they don't try at shit. they're gonna really start trying to be like, it's bad for you to try. No, man, sorry. I'm not having this anti-intellectualism bullshit. I didn't read all those books for nothing. Fuck you. Oh. Yeah, that's the big thing. There's a big difference in like time commitment. It's kind of how I feel about Deadlock as well. I'm actually really interested in Deadlock again because they put a ranked mode in, and the ranked mode has such a unbelievably high base requirement to get going in it that like people who show up to it are going to be serious, which I'm like very into. Because serious in trying to play good and like caring about the game is not the same as evil and toxic. And frankly, it's often usually the opposite. And that's what I want to experience. Usually if you weed out all of the people who like aren't willing to put the time in, but want to be like, you know, very... You know, they want to be rewarded before they're good at the game. You weed them out. And then, like, I think it'll be chiller. Yeah, because it's what? You have to get, like, 15 wins on 3 different characters minimum. So 45 wins. So for most players, like, between 90 and 100 games. And then you're tall enough to get on the ride. Okay, perfect opener. This should trigger the cutscene. Mario should be up next. How long are most games? That also depends a lot on the meta and how good the players in your lobby are. Generally, from what I understand, the better the players are, the more normalized the times in games are, and also usually the shorter it is, because good players will just go do the objectives as soon as they can do the objectives, and also they are like sitting there waiting for the bonuses and the buffs to spawn so that they're there and ready to fight like the frame those things spawn in. Man. For what it's worth, Mallow being KO'd is pretty expected, because if he double spells, that just kills Mallow. Okay, Bowser gets a full round of attacks. I think Cake gets one more. I might have needed to block that. The other thing I'm realizing is this Cake has so many animations. I missed the block. Okay, attack, jump, attack, and if Bowser or Geno are dead here, revive them. I'm just gonna revive him immediately. I'm gonna keep ourselves out of double spell range. There's something very funny to me, by the way, that the Cake is weak to being jumped on. It like makes sense, right? Like if I think about elements that would defeat a Cake, jumping on it is probably a smart play. All right, and as soon as we get back to the title screen, we will move to our next boss, which after the Cake, the next boss is the Squid. 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 Wow. All right, let me get the next save loaded in here, which helpfully is loaded, labeled King Calamari, which is the name of the boss we're about to fight. And it looks like this. Okay, this is the one where untimed Geno boost on Mario, Mario throws a bomb. Nice. That was optimal. I think we'll be able to do that one just twice, because that's mostly just use fucking items, right? Like, that's not too bad at all. Why is the cake so efficient at killing? Yeah, it's kind of like the whole thing with Frankenstein's monster, right? Where it's like, why did he have to make the first life he made be so good at killing? Why did he do this? Is that just implicitly like things that should not have life inherently have hate in their heart towards those that don't? But that's like the wholly not the point of Frankenstein. You know, that's like the opposite of the point of Frankenstein. So like, what the fuck? Yeah, very clean. Yeah, you get it, Sedmel. That's right. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Maybe Frankenstein was just really thinking ahead, you know? He was like, all right, if this first one turns out good, I'm going to need more bodies to work with. So I'll just make him kill guys. And then it's easy. Then it's no problem. All right, I'm going to do this one, even though I know I shouldn't, because I've practiced this shit so much already, and I should give myself a day off. That's not what Tie Tuesday does. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wasn't he big and bulky because it was easier for... No. It's because the doctor said, I want a big guy who can kill good in case he goes rogue. And then he can kill more guys, and then I can build more guys. I'll have to make sure he doesn't try to fight guys bigger than him. Also, he's susceptible to fire damage, so I'll have to make sure he knows that. Yeah, not feeling it at all today. Many such cases. I think when I'm on like a pretty good run, it's easier for me to lock in, you know? Yeah, that's fine. I will worry about that when I need to hit it on a run. I have put enough time into doing these super jumps to kill an average person, so I will move on for my own sanity. I mean, the big thing is like trying to practice with a metronome and that kind of stuff is like cute, right? And like I've tried it as well. And if you're like really new to it, it can help. But it's a 3-frame fucking window. You just gotta do it. It's one of those things of like there's kind of no getting around it. You just have to fucking do it. There's no real cutesy in around it. You just gotta practice that shit. You just gotta put a lot of time into it over the course of many days and many weeks. Definitely not a thing you're gonna get consistently on your first day. Okay, first things first, we Geno Boost Mallow, and then it's a Jump Shocker. This is good because I have to practice Shocker timing. Yeah, like that wasn't perfect. Oh, that should have been Coca-Cola, I think. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, you can tell immediately why it is just fully mandatory for the speed run. The amount of stats it gives you, and in fact, I'm just gonna reset this one because there's this thing that's really confusing in this, to me at least, where it says like the first thing you do, the things you do on the first turn, the things you do on the second turn, and then it says whether you do a thing differently if Water Blast happened at the beginning of turn 2. So it messes me up because I check for Water Blast happening and go, okay, it did happen, and my eyes just skip down to that part of the instructions. I think he likes the yellow one the most because it's just like the classic lemon flavor, which is always awesome. I love a classic lemon flavor in a candy. Oh, I should make some Chef John lemonade. It's been a while. That shit's so good. Yeah, like the other funny thing about the super suit is like I still think I didn't use it correctly until the speed run because it turns out so there's not a lot of things that give magic damage because magic is already pretty fucking crazy late game in this. Mallow having the super suit just turns him into a goddamn bazooka. It's unbelievable. He does so much damage. How many milligrams do you, I don't think it's milligrams. I think they're like entire stars. They're like the size of a guy. Then Shocker. There we go. Okay, and now we shock her again. And it says Water Blast turn to Mushroom Mallow Shocker. I don't think that's necessary, so I'm gonna swap to Bowser and Firebomb. This might be a turn early, but it seems like the idea here is just Firebomb and Shocker. Doing? Doing? Yeah, that went pretty well. Yeah, like, so the nice thing is a lot of the early fights, what you have to do is like somewhat intuitive if you've played this game a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say super intuitive, but it's like the kind of thing where you're just like, okay, the way I'm set up, this character does so much more damage than everyone else that I just have them do stuff over and over, as is the case with like Geno versus Bowyer, or when Mallow starts getting really pushed and you just have Mallow do Snowy to clear entire fights on his own. Or it's like, yeah, just have everybody attack over and over, have everybody attack and do magic, like that kind of stuff. Spiritovich and the Cake are the ones that are like very elaborate and do a lot of adjustment, and just figuring out the precise things to make sure that, you know, I only lose an extra turn, right? Because that's what a lot of this is like if the boss fully cooperates and just does exactly what you want it to do. And I think I'm going to restart the emulator here real quick because it seems to be not loading correctly. Yeah, if the bosses all cooperate and just do the optimal pattern, it's like not too big a deal, right? But when they do higgledy-piggledy shit, knowing the one pattern that will keep you fairly on the rails and only lose like a little bit of time is like good. Also, the whole thing of unless I do 10 trillion runs, I'm not gonna find the one where everything cooperates and also my execution is perfect at the same time. I'm like that guy, but I'm not that guy, you know? Which is to say I'm good at things and I can do things well, but I'm not like Dream. I'm not gonna say I made the Minecraft run and did it better than anyone else. Thumbnail's insane? Thank you. My goal when I make thumbnails on YouTube is they require me to have one, and I want to make sure anyone who sees it at least is like, well, it's not AI. If nothing else. At least it's homegrown dog shit, you know? Okay, so we Coca-Cola Shocker. Oh! Is that supposed to kill Mallow? Is that allowed? Oh, I Geno boosted the wrong character. I'm so stupid. I'm like, why did Mallow die? Because you're supposed to Geno boost Mallow, you stupid motherfucker. Or else he dies. Yeah, sorry. For most of the early game, it's just always Geno boost Mario. And then here's where we like start switching to Mallow a little bit. I was like, why did Mallow die? Oh, because I'm an idiot. That's why. Because we need to protect the small man. Needs to be more wide. So here's my other secret about YouTube thumbnails. So I hate doing them. So for any recurring series, what I do, and you can notice it if you look at all the Fire Emblem Thracia 776 mods, is I upload the thumbnail, and then next time I play that game, I pull up that image, I like squish it down a little bit, spread it back out to make it a little more messed up, and then I'll put the text on top of that. So like the Thracia ones are just slowly becoming completely indiscernible. And eventually the Mario RPG is just gonna be so fucking wide. All right, Geno boost Mallow. Remember who it's for. Mallow does Shocker, so we need to boost him and make sure he doesn't explode. Boing. That's Thunderbolt. Oh boy. Okay. And then we Coca-Cola. And Shocker. And then next turn is Mushroom Mallow into a Shocker, assuming he does damage to Mallow, which he's going to. He's going to Water Blast both of us. And yeah, this is one of those cases where the entire strategy is just boost Mallow, keep Mallow up at all costs. Yeah, and now we swap to Bowser and Firebomb, which is the first thing on the second page. Get a freebie because I'm so nasty with it. I'm understanding now why we do have to make sure it is Shocker every time, because otherwise that one accidental bolt means I can't afford all the Shockers. We should still be able to end this. Learning the nuance. Yeah, this speed run's pretty tight. You hear about this? I think you play the game pretty fucking good. Okay. From the top with feeling this time. Let's do this correctly. The game plan for Spiritovich is just keep him alive. Keep Mushroom alive. Yeah, I'll occasionally make sure to pop over and read YouTube chat, but for the most part, Twitch focused. But I do it largely because Twitch doesn't archive good anymore, and also, maybe more importantly, Twitch doesn't work on everyone's TVs good, and I understand that. Mallow, you boost Mallow. One hop this time. Docker. Coca-Cola. That was a little too early. Okay, this kills Gino. Who switches to Bowser and uses Firebomb, which is the top item of the second page. Get a freebie because I'm built different. And then Shocker a second time. That's the fight. That's lethal. No, I missed timing on one of the Shockers. Yeah, okay. I have to perfect every Shocker. That's brutal, man. Good to know, though. The wheel was so much. The wheel needed to end when it did. My sanity was fraying by the end of it. I just needed to be doing anything else. That being said, please look forward to the fall, wherein I am definitely not going to put myself back into another like hell zone for, you know, as long as the people are interested in Tie Tuesday in a hell zone. Don't worry. I'm definitely not. I'm not planning that during the heat wave so that I can do it during not the heat wave. That's not true. Don't stop saying this. I'm definitely not making an additional. I boosted the wrong guy. Once again with feeling. Yeah, it's weird. I hear people having trouble with Twitch. I use Firefox. I have like no issues with it. The main thing I love Twitch for is like I have Turbo, but if you have Turbo or subscribe to somebody, you do just get them fully ad free. And that includes if you cast it. And I just use a little Chromecast, or sometimes I'll boot up my like an old Xbox, log on to Twitch through that, and just watch stuff ad free. It's really nice. It's usually how I watch Pit these days. Gotta make sure I boost Mallow. It's okay. This is the point of today's stream, is for me to like fuck up so that I don't fuck up in the future when I have to do all 3 hours of it in a row. Oh my god. What was the last time this happened? Tie Tuesday forgets to Mega Evolve his Raichu. Was that what it was? The time that I forgot to Mega Evolve my Raichu like twice in the same stream? The baby. Keep the baby alive. Boost the baby. Protect the baby. Think about the baby. Oh, it's been so fun watching a bunch of my friends get into competitive doubles as well. I hit Master Ball and then like have been kind of chilling, but I'm thinking about playing more doubles. I really like playing Trick Room teams. They're really fun. Trick Room's really fun. How are you good? Do you need a drink? I need it to be less than 100 degrees out. Is mostly what I need. Oof, yeah, I didn't hit the perfect. This is fine. Okay, that does some damage. I wonder if the timing for that in this version is closer to like right when Mallow finishes his animation. That's still a little too early. Trying to see if I can find a visual cue that's a little closer, because like if you can avoid your visual cue requiring a manual delay, that's usually behooves you. Yeah, so the reason you also need to block everything is because of the chain system in this game. The chains give you boost to like all of your stats, which when you're, you know, under-leveled by a hee-hoo funny amount is like pretty key to the whole operation. All right, I'm doing one more of these because I feel like I clearly need to lock something into my brain that I'm not catching. Yeah, exactly. The chain system forces you to play really clean. That's like part of the thing I realized doing this run is I'm like, damn, I am expecting myself to play a rhythm game perfectly for 3 hours while also doing an RPG speed run. What is wrong with me? And then I remembered, God, I love playing this game. I do most attacks by sound. Yeah, that's yeah, obviously, yes. Yeah. That is mostly what I'm going off of with Shocker, but it's not quite right. The other thing you have to be careful about using sound is sound usually is like where extra latency shows up immediately. So if you use sound cues, you can get really fucked up if you change setups. Just straight up, using my headphones versus using my speakers is a difference of like a frame or two. Geno boost. Not you! What? Why am I menuing this so bad? Only this. I hit left and I was like, left takes me there. No, it doesn't. Why do you think left takes you there? It's because I thought he targeted himself. He doesn't. He targets Mario by default. I didn't Geno boost my goddamn Raichu again. It's okay. I needed to practice this movement. Yeah, reading 2 chats, a list of notes, and playing a video game at the same time for a speedrun is like, it's tough stuff out here. This is why those MFers get couch. I don't get a couch. I gotta do all this shit. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've ever noticed Mallow pulling up his pants as an animation. That's very funny. Also, yeah, regrettably using sound cues. Even more useless of advice than normal when it comes to, you know, the thing that doesn't have a sound until it goes off. Freebie! Yeah, I just have to feel it out and time it. I wonder if Shocker just has a really tight window in this. Another one of those that just like doesn't come up a lot. Oh! Uh-oh. That went fine, if a little slow. All right. I think I have it right. I think I have it perfectly. Let's just try to run it clean, fast. We know the pain points, which are make sure you boost the goddamn cloud and then time all the shockers. Boost the cloud. The entire game plan then revolves around keeping him alive. No revives if we can help it. And then after we heal Mallow, we tag to Bowser and do a firebomb. For what it's worth, this is like a very easy pattern. It's just I think the execution is a little hard if you haven't used Shocker a ton, which, yeah, guilty. I didn't use Shocker a ton in the original. I didn't realize how good Mallow was. When you're playing casually and you're over leveled, it's like very easy to just swing at everything, right? Because it does enough. Oh, I was too late. I think that's just a really fucking tight window. Ah. Go. Thank you for the reason, Ace of Dave. I missed. Here's where we swap to Bowser and Firebomb. And the fight would end there if I hadn't mistimed a Shocker. I say mistimed. I mean, hit the regular good timing and not the super good timing. Not the double reward. You're extra good. Congratulations timing. Oy. Okay, yeah. I know the backup strats a little bit too, so that helps. All right, next boss fight is Belome 2, if I'm remembering correctly. Because you go through Land's End, then you go to Monstro Town. Yeah, because it's before you go to Monstro Town, you fight Belome 2. All right, let me get the save file for Belome. You know what? I'll hit the finicky ass trick I hate once. I'll make sure I do it at least one time. Pinch! Building 10,000 shaders. 1 trillion shaders. Yeah, the new mechanics, it was interesting too, because like Brian asked at some point, like, hey, why do you want to run the remake over the original? And it made me sit down and like actually list out all of the differences. And I was like, no, there's actually like a lot different, especially in the case, like less so for the casual element, but for the speed game, so much stuff has been added that changed a lot. Nice. The finicky jump I hate. Nothing to it but to do it. And yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out for a little bit of a chill Monday. always a little worried about, you know, like lab and stuff on stream. But yeah, you know, it's the boss fights, it's the cool parts. You get to see the mistakes I make now and how dangerous they are if it goes badly. Super Firebolt. And another shocker. For the record, I think if I had timed that correctly, that would have ended the fight before like any clone spawned in. Yeah, wow, that was close to a perfect. Very close to a perfect. Yeah, I like to think of it as just like, it's a chill second monitor stream. I don't mind that. If I'm just helping you while the hours away while you work on something boring, I'm cool with that. I remember when I was a wee lad of, you know, I'm 31 now, but when I was 21, I remember working at a really boring office job, and I was such a hardcore stream watcher at that point that I had texts notifying me when certain people went live. And I remember, man, getting ready to get on my lunch break, seeing on my phone that like Chip Cheesem was streaming and being like, fuck yes. And then getting more work done than like any other day that week because I just was hanging out watching Chip Cheesem and just grinding my work on the side. Okay, swap to Geno and Geno attacks. Okay, Aurora Flash, that's unfortunate. So we act with whoever is awake. Attack, jump. Oh, I wonder if part of the reason they want me to delay a turn is to have a better chance of it creating a Mallow clone. Not too bad. Yeah, if you want to know how old I actually am, there is one way I will tell people my actual real age, as opposed to just saying I'm 31 always. The second Retsupre channel, the one that came out after like the very first one got shut down, there was a big window. Or like a short window where there wasn't any Retsupre channel. When they put the second one up was my 18th birthday. Guy's spitting on me. Yeah, there's this one Magic content creator who at some point just starts referring to just saying he's 21 always, and that was kind of funny to me, but I thought it was way funnier to just always say 31. Just insist I'm 31 always, because like, what are you gonna do? Say I'm not 31? You don't know. Nobody really knows how old I am, you know? Like, I could be 31. I could be 31 for at least another 4 years, I think. Next fight is Schmilax. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's kill a plant. Oh, they better not flower honk me. They're going to. It is very funny how some of the gear we get incredibly early on is almost entirely so that Mega Smilax doesn't blow our shit clean off. Well, that's less good. It's because I missed the Geno timing on the what? Why are you so resilient today? Oh, nice. Mallow wakes up. Thank God. Doing. Okay, third phase is the big one where we have Geno do Star Riders, Mario do Jump, and then Mallow does another Snowy, and if everything works correctly, yeah, not the maid. See you later, Bezo. Oh, it's just faster to do that than to reload. Let it build shaders again. Just smash through and go to title. Okay, Mallow attack, Geno attack, but we do a good job on them this time. Mallow waking up between phases is so choice. But I didn't check. Do we have 2+ fire bombs? We do. So in this case, it would be optimal for us to do this. Except I didn't hit the good timing! So it's no longer good. Right, he's got the fiddly ass hammer. Okay, Mario Jump, Mallow Snowy, Geno Riders. Whoa, I came into this on bad timing. Yowza, I came into this on bad timing. Huh. I'm finding new exciting ways that I can lose here. Oh, you don't know come back. Okay. Good lord. Oh, I jumped on the little one. I thought my cursor would stay in place. It did not. Hit. Okay, if I pick him up, then I can start Raiders? Okay, I do start Raiders now. It's so cool. Basic attacks doing splash damage. Yeah, that's only on perfect. So you have to hit the like double perfect timing, the extremely tight window. Yeah, so you get way more damage and also splash damage in this. In original, you didn't get the splash damage. You did get more though. Also, blocks are very obvious in this if you hit the... So in the original game, like, you would hit a perfect block and get 0 damage, and you're like, yeah, of course that was perfect. I took 0 damage. But now there's, like, a little shield graphic that comes up, which I really like. Also, the numbers are different colors when you hit the best window versus the good window or whatever you want to say. Oh, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be playing a funny game with Teddy and some friends, by the way. A game apparently about walking. A new entry into the friend slop genre that apparently is what we're calling it. I like it. I think it's going to be fun. How in trouble am I here? Does this kill without chain? It does. Okay, Mallow Super Suit is still crazy. That should put us back on... No, somehow that's not correct. Whatever. We know what we have to do. That's going to make it notably harder for Mallow to cast Snowy. I almost wonder if it would be better for me to do the cleansing juice with Mario if Mallow gets pedal blasted like that, just to get the Snowy off faster to make sure we kill the little guys. All right, let's hit one more of these. Is this the first time in Mario a piranha plant type enemy is vulnerable to jumps? So there are enemies in this game that are immune to jumps, but the thing that makes them immune to jump... Wait, what is it? Is it susceptible? Mune? Is mune anything? Either way, it's a reference to Super Mario World. So you know how in Super Mario World you can spin jump on guys and it takes them out? Or like at the least you bounce off the spines? Yeah, like I know vulnerable. I was trying to think, what's the opposite of immune? Is there like, is there mune? Can you be mune? I'm mune? There we go. Okay. No, I'm asking if there's something like close to mute, like etymologically similar. I'm aware there are many words that mean what I mean. I've said most of them. Yeah, I'm asking about etymological closeness. Is there like something that's a variation on immune that means the opposite? Never thought about it. That's why I assume where most people are. Yeah, that's probably like the normal, the normal response. Snowy instant kill everything. All right, Star Riders and perfect fight. Okay. What? Oh, I dropped chain at some point. That probably just means Mario need jump again. Yeah. Opposite of Latin munis. Oh no, I got hit in my munis. Oh, my munis. Ooh. So like municipality. Immunis is exempt from public service. Munis is service. What the fuck? Munis Retus and the Funky Fetus? I guess. Alright, let's do one more set of boss fights here before I gotta go record podcast. Let's practice Gun Yoke. Gun Yoke is one of them that when it goes well, it's so smooth, and when it goes bad, it goes so fucking bad. So I would like to make sure our Gun Yoke is smooth. Smooth yoke, please. I have time for one more, and I'm making an executive decision. I was not asking for feedback. I was not asking for suggestions. Then attack Factory Chief. Peach deploy, Sleepy Time T. Yeah, Gun Yoke's an easy one to forget. Because it's right between so many other big fights. And like, why is the Factory Chief a ninja? You know? Many questions. Yeah, it's funny because like the manager and the pounders and the poundettes and all that really are just like a check of like, do you understand that like you can use attacks that hit more than one guy at the same time? Bolt. Punch. I'm mistiming that as well. And then Sleepy Time Tea on the gang. In this behemoth typhoon, a big sheep falls down. Boink. Jumpy Style in Chief. Oh, that's supposed to be Gino. It's Bowser now. Check that out. Yeah, it's fine. That was a very small mistake. Okay, they yap for longer than I thought after this. Yeah, the one that I always remember, because it's the one that kills me repeatedly and murders me instantly, is the fucking clock. Also, the idea that the most dangerous thing and the thing that's constantly on everyone's mind in the factory weapon dimension is the clock makes a lot of sense to me. that just like that adds up. Oh yeah, if something's gonna be the untenable nightmare. Yep, second bolt. Even if you're not going for combos, that's important because it changes the chain bonuses. So the reason you need to keep the chain up is, yeah, because it buffs your attack, defense, speed, magic attack, a couple other things. Really the big one is attack and speed. There's times where if you drop your combo, your enemies will just get 2 turns, like fully on you. Because you'll get your turn, they do their turn, and then it rolls around to the next turn. It does the speed calculations again, and then they go first, which is disastrous. We do manipulate that a couple times, where we will do things to give Mallow a double turn, for example. Like we'll have Gino swap to Bowser so that it just immediately goes straight from Mallow back to Mallow a second time. Yeah, Gino's very fast. Like Gino has the best overall stats in the game, I think. Like in Pokemon terms, I think Gino's base stat total is the highest. But Bowser's is like more all in on the physical stuff. And that should be the fight. Very good. All right, throw that one down one more time. Yeah, it's because Bowser's already peak, you know? The fact that he gets better, if anything, is just a small miracle. He's already peaked. How can you get better than that? Can't beat 100%. That was supposed to be sleepy time. Uh-oh. Am I in danger? No, I'm fucking nasty with it, and it's fine. He does. Sometimes he just does breaker beam, and then I am not nasty with it. Luckily, it seems he decided to not breaker beam. Okay, a little messy, but still pretty fast, pretty clean. All right, sick. Yeah, and I gotta go record the Great and Terrible AHS podcast. I gotta go talk about a really dumb thing where they recreate the way that they recreate the way Richard Ramirez actually got caught. But they give the credit to Mr. Jingles, the character they made up, which is fucking crazy, man. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with a big squad stream with Teddy and some other folks. Should be a really good time. We'll probably do a little bit of something beforehand, maybe some more Truck Coon, and then over to that. But I'm gonna go record a little bit of a good podcast about a bad show. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. I'll catch y'all around. Peace. And I will see you later as well, you